Hey guys, Spencer here, and this is the first video that basically will cover the progression from my old lifelike set that my parents got me when I was probably 3 years old that went around the tree to what will be a full table layout. Probably going to go 4x8 just because that's what most people say you should start with, and build your way from there. Most of the trains I still have right now and that I've bought over the past couple months and tinkered on are DC, so they're analog. So I'll start DC, and hopefully after this table's built, I can move into DCC. But as most of you guys know, DCC is pretty expensive, and since I already got the trains and got some track, although I'll probably update that as well, it's just easier to do this. So welcome to the channel, welcome to the first video. We're gonna have a lot of fun over the next couple months, and probably longer. As anyone knows in this hobby, it can be a long process. And so I deal mostly right now in HO scale, although I'd love to get into the men's scale. But for me, this is kind of a little more fun because I can tinker with it. So over the past couple weeks and months, I've been buying a few old engines, $10, $15, $5 engines, stuff that kind of works or doesn't work, and fixing it. And so that's been kind of a fun part for me, and also trying to keep it as budget as possible. And so that's kind of another tip for that's going to happen in this video today with this car, which is really my only car that can carry any cargo, only load car. And so for a while, it had nothing in it, derailed all the time. This was part of the original lifelike set that my parents gave me, and well, they didn't make things, the best that they could. It was really just kind of a toy set. And so you got these plastic wheels, plastic trucks, and pretty much snap-in trucks. And, well, they don't roll very well. They don't stay on the track very well, especially if there's no weight in them. And they also had horn hook couplers. And since then, one of the projects I had over the past couple weeks was changing them out to, I think you guys can see it right there, coupler box that I made, glued that onto the bottom, right down to the chassis of the car, and added a nice Kadee coupler. So I had to make my own screw for that, actually, just sawed one off, and so far it's worked. Oops, that kind of came off. Have to put that back on. Trying not to break things, because, well, if you break things on these old cars, sometimes you cannot buy new parts, so you gotta, manage with what you have. And so for a while it had no weight, always derailed, and so I started thinking to myself, what do I have around that has weight and that I can put in this car? And so initially what I put in were coins. This is a good kind of budget thing you can do if you don't have any other options. And it's kind of a quick fix. It's nothing I would say is long-term because it just doesn't look good. It looks kind of crappy, but it gets the car around. And if you have a car that is closed off or a locomotive that needs more weight, useless coins, pennies, nickels, even dimes, stuff that's heavy, coins that you don't want. Foreign coins are really good. That's what I used. They were useless, less than pennies in worth, and so I used those, glued some stacked together. Just use your regular old super glue. Glue them in stacks of 4 or 5, whatever you need. You can even just put them in ones, and they fit in good small spots. So I used those for a while. They didn't look great. So instead, I've been looking at a few videos online, trying to get some other ideas. A quick shout out to SMT and Budget Railroads. Watch you guys' videos a lot. Love what you're doing, and kind of inspired me to do this as well. So what I went and did today was, while I was doing yard work, I picked up some straight sticks. These are just, generic sticks that came off a tree that I was cutting down, and pretty much they were straight, they were brown, and a little bit of white on them. So I thought, okay, I think I can turn these into something that I can put in the car. Pretty much all I did was cut them down to size, at least for the bottom layer, and those ones you're not going to see, I figured, so why tie them up? But for a few of the other ones, cut them to size, and I used a bit of wire, just wire I had laying around, tied them up, and I think it looks alright, especially in the car. It looks a lot better than the pennies or the foreign coins did. And so that's been my project of the day. Instead of wire, if you don't have wire, some string could work. I have some string here. I thought about using this. Probably could work, probably would look just as good or even better. I even thought about spray painting it chrome make it look like a little bit of wire, that could work as well. So really, whatever you got laying around, if you can avoid going to the store, spending money on gas, spending money on different things at the store that you need or don't need, see what you got laying around the house. I'm sure your mom's got some string or something for, especially, you know, presents or wrapping with the holidays coming up. Rubber bands, zip ties. It really depends on how detailed and how accurate you want to look. For my purposes right now, since my layout is very rudimentary, I don't really need anything super accurate. And so for right now, this is going to serve my purpose. I'm sure later on I'm going to get nitpicky. I'm going to want to redo it, and I'll show you guys when I do, because that is not if, but when. So that's what I've done today, and that's kind of my quick, cheap fix for adding weight to this car while also making it a little bit nicer to look at. It's got something to pull, kind of a little more realistic. I'll leave that for up to debate in the comments, but yeah, if you guys want to, you know, watch my progress, see what's going to happen, hit the subscribe button, check back for later videos. It's going to be going on for the next, you know, long while, over the next year. Who knows how long it's going to take me. This is kind of my first into the hobby of train modeling and model trains, so I'm excited. I can't wait to show you guys what's going to happen. And yeah, I will go ahead and take this to the track. We'll do a quick test run, show you guys what it looks like and how it runs on the track that I have set up. And yeah, sounds good. Let's head on over.